is better, Yamal or Ronaldo Junior? In this video, we will compare the two from their childhoods. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because on this channel, I only share content about Junior. I'm sure you'll enjoy the other content as well. Let's start with their youth careers. First, I'll talk about Junior. As you know, Ronaldo Junior began his training at the Real Madrid Academy. He trained there for about 5 years. Then he went to Italy with his father and joined the Juventus youth team. This was Junior's first official contract. That's why all his goals and assists are recorded. We know he scored a lot of goals at Real Madrid, but we don't have access to his statistics, because at that time, he was only training because he was Cristiano Ronaldo's son. He was only 4 years old, and there was no suitable football class for him. Therefore, none of his goals are recorded. Looking at Juventus, in his first season there, he scored 78 goals in 36 matches. This was truly an incredible number. Moreover, that year, there was a cup competition where the youth teams of major clubs competed, and in that cup, he scored 13 goals in the 5 matches he played. He also scored 2 goals in the final, winning the cup. These statistics showed that he was already as strong a player as his father at that time. He later joins the Manchester Academy with his father. At that time, he had also received an offer from the Real Madrid Academy, but he didn't go because he didn't want to be separated from his father. His time at Manchester United was a bit rough because he couldn't fully adapt there. The United Academy didn't value its players much. He didn't perform very well during his 2 years at United. That's why most people thought he couldn't become a footballer. And even if he did, he wouldn't be as good as his father. Fortunately, he left after 2 years. When he joined the Elmas Academy, everyone thought his career was over, because it's impossible for a child to become a good footballer in Saudi Arabia. If we look at the youth academies of clubs in Saudi Arabia, none of them have produced a player who can play at the European level so far. That's why most people thought Junior would disappear here. But as I mentioned in the previous video, Cristiano Ronaldo invested everything he had in his son here. He hired special coaches for him and had new youth academies built. He had these clauses included in the agreement with the club. Thanks to Junior, other children also gained access to a new youth academy. And here, most players began to receive much better training. Junior joined the Al Nassr under-13 team and scored 102 goals in 34 matches in his first season. Interestingly, he scored 12 of those goals in a single match. He put on an incredible performance against El Ittihad, scoring 12 goals. There's no need to dwell on this further, as he continued to deliver similar performances in subsequent seasons. Looking at Lamin Yamal, this child wasn't bad either. He has been part of the Barcelona Academy since birth. As you know, Lionel Messi also gave him a bath. So this kid has been in contact with all the Barcelona players since his youth and has been preparing himself ever since. But of course, he couldn't shine as early as Ronaldo Junior, because in his first years at the academy, he started playing as a defensive midfielder, then tried playing as a striker and couldn't do anything there either. Of course, when I say he couldn't do anything, I don't mean he played badly. What I mean is that he didn't perform at a high level. He was scoring average goals like an ordinary player. But after moving to the left wing, he started to show incredible performances. Just like Ronaldo Jr.'s current form, he started scoring scoring 3 or 4 goals in every match he played. It was because of this performance that he joined the first team at the age of 16. The rest of the story is well known. When comparing their youth careers, I believe Junior is a step ahead. He has been performing exceptionally well since the age of 5. Yamal started playing well after the age of 11. In this regard, we give the advantage to Ronaldo Junior. Secondly, there is their physical development. I would like to start with Yamal on this subject. Lamin Yamal was very frail when he was young. He was also quite short. Even when he was selected for the A team, he was only 170 centimeters tall. However, this summer, he worked incredibly hard on height-increasing techniques. With various supplements, his height reached 178 centimeters. But the interesting thing is that without these supplements, he probably wouldn't have grown at all. But when you look at Ronaldo Jr., he has been above these standards since childhood. He has always been more physically fit and taller than his teammates. In fact, even in the photo taken with Yamal last year, you can see that he is taller than Yamal. Moreover, in this photo, Ronaldo Jr. was only 14 years old. Yamal, on the other hand, had turned 18. So, despite the 4-year age difference, Ronaldo Jr. looks like he is the same age as Yamal. We have to give the point to Junior in this regard as well. Thus, Junior took a 2-0 lead. In third place is a feeling we have been longing for lately: respect. I will start with Junior again on this issue. Ronaldo Jr. has been raised under his father's guidance since childhood. Cristiano Ronaldo constantly tells him to be respectful to his opponents. In fact, Junior even has a special coach for this. He is constantly trained to not get angry on the field and to respect his opponents. Similarly, if we look at Junior's childhood, he was very respectful towards his opponents even back then. During a period when the Ronaldo-Messi debate was at its peak, he shook hands with Messi and said he was a great footballer. And he was only 8 years old at the time. Most of us would have sided with our fathers at that age. So even if Messi was better than Ronaldo, Junior could have held a grudge against him. But he didn't do that. He congratulated him. Looking at Yamal, this child is a bit rude, because in last week's Portugal-Spain final match, he showed great disrespect towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Moreover, Ronaldo had said very nice things about him, but Yamal tried to mock Ronaldo by celebrating a goal with Fermin before the match. He was going to do this celebration if he scored a goal. Later, when shaking hands with Ronaldo, he didn't look him in the face. And finally, when Ronaldo lifted the trophy, he didn't applaud and went to the dressing room. So this kid has grown up to be overly spoiled and a bit disrespectful to his elders. He has only shown good performance for 1 season and doesn't respect someone who has been showing this performance for 20 years. So, in terms of respect, Junior wins the match. And that brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the next video. Goodbye.